I'm Dr. Bart Rademaker, prescription for your transformation, real people, real conversations, and real success. And as always, I always had this introduction about our show today. And so the truth is that we all have a story. Yes, we do. And quite frankly, one of the saddest things that we get to experience out there, if you go to a cemetery and you see all these people there, and they all have a story that has never been shared. And so it's important for all of us as we connect with our own humanness, our own brilliance, if you will, because all of us are uniquely brilliant in one way or another. We need to share the story because there's so many of us, perhaps all of us, that we struggle in one form or another. And the real testament to our humanness is that we can ask for help. But who do you ask? Do you ask those so-called experts that say, hey, I know everything? Or do you want to ask a person that actually has an experience, overcame the challenges, and then is in an amazing position to actually help you? In addition to the expertise and the insights and the knowledge that they have about that particular subject. And today I'm so excited to be introducing Danielle Singh. I've known her for quite some time already. She's an amazing person, very committed, very dedicated, very persistent in her passion, and also, I would say, one of these super athletes, at least in the terms of us normal people. So that she, with her story, can share with you how she overcame her obstacles, because within that story, there is that meme that we need to hear so that we can transform our lives. So all about transformation. Danielle, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Rademaker, for having me. I really appreciate being here with you, and it's quite an honor to be on your broadcast show here. Very exciting indeed.
Well, the honor is mine, and you know what? I can't help but feeling so happy right now because I keep on looking at you, and I'm not looking at that text down here, but I'm looking at that brilliant face of yours that is exuding happiness, but also possibility for others. So Tell me a little bit about your story. You have a story that I think we need to hear.
Yeah, and like you said, we all have a story, our journey in life, and you never know where we're going to end up. Everything happens to us for a reason, I believe. And when I was always passionate about health and fitness. I was blessed very young at life an athlete to be an athlete. And I really had a passion for it. And it was really in my mid-30s, I started having a lot of different health issues, and I kind of fell away from my fitness journey. And I really had started gaining a lot of weight. I was going through hormonal imbalances. I struggled with insomnia and depression and anxiety. And I really, got away from my path of natural health for a while. I fell into, getting put on some medications and looking for a different route. And it really actually amplified and made everything worse. But for 17 years, I struggled with that. And finally, one day, I think when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired,
Right.
You wake up one day and say, I've got to do something. And I was just about to turn 50, and I knew I did not want to start the second part of my life, not feeling well and being on medications. And that's when I discovered the keto lifestyle and the keto diet. And I always had a passion for cooking. I love to cook. I had a personal chef and meal planning service for many, many years. And so it just seemed like an organic fit, to start into my health and wellness coaching business as well as my personal chef business and to help others.
You epitomize exactly, the pathway that so many of us go in, in our younger years, for the fortunate few, and unfortunately there's so few of us that actually have a healthy lifestyle, or at least our bodies are functioning really well. And as you said, you were an athlete in your younger years, but then life happens, whatever that might be. Just so many crazy stuff happen that, and as our body changes, our physiologically it changes, we have to address it in a different way. And the big challenge, I think, for many of us, and I'm guessing that's for you, and then I have a question for you, okay? But I think for so many of us, what happens with those changes, we actually don't know how to adjust because now we have to use our head. We have to use our head. We have to be smart. We have to make better choices so that we don't fall in that, chasm of, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm gaining the weight. I'm unhealthy and everything else. So that happens to most of us.
Mhm.
So what was it? What was that final trigger? Because I think for many of us, that trigger needs to happen. I'm done with being done with this,
Yes.
right? And then you went on this path of finding out, right?
Yeah, I just, like I said, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, but I knew, to be happy in life, like you truly have to go inward, and it's a total mindset. And I think once I really started doing the work inside, there was just a light switch that went off in me that I can do this. I can take charge of my life. I can take charge of my health. I know what is good inside my body. And I started on this path to discover what to do, what to eat, how to eat healthier, the right supplementation to take. Nutrition and food is a huge part of our health. But mindset is really, really huge also. And being in a positive environment, putting yourself in that positive mindset and knowing that we can do whatever we put our minds to, anything.
So you were in a pretty awesome environment, if I understand right.
I'm sorry. I
You were
was,
in a pretty awesome environment because I think you're right. I think what happens way too often is that even when you have all the right ideas and right intentions, it's the environment, it's the society around us that says, "Well, no, that's silly. Why would you do that?" And
right.
everything else. I mean, I'm fasting, for example, right now, and then I get people criticizing me. Why you're fasting? That's crazy. That's wrong. That's bad for you. When
Right.
in actual fact, it's a healthy process if you do that consistently. So,
Right.
what? Tell me a little bit about that environment because you and I were both in that same one, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I just are we talking with the
Yeah,
trifid?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So years ago, I was involved with the Women's Tri Fitness, which I have a huge heart for and absolutely love the Tri Fitness and the challenge that it gives us. And when I wasn't able to compete anymore, and I was going through some health challenges, that was always in the back of my mind that one day I could get back to that. So that became my goal and my obsession, I guess you want to call it, for a good 5 months, 6 months before my 50th birthday, and I decided that I wanted to compete again. And so I set a goal, I set the mindset, and I was just bound and determined to get myself back and challenge myself um, on in the women's tri fitness in the competition.
So, just for those who are not familiar with the Women's Try Fitness, I joined that way back when as a man, um, and it's an interesting. It's no, let me rephrase that. It's an awesome sport, and it's not World Try Fitness Challenge or Try
Tri
Fit.
fitness world challenge, yeah.
Yeah, and set up by Al Rosen, really looking to make it a sport where what's unique about it, and let's do a little plug for Al here.
Yeah,
What's unique about it is that it's open for everyone and
all ages. Yeah.
all ages, and all limitations. Where
Yes.
we recently had an event here in Tampa where a blind person went through this obstacle course. How phenomenal is that? We have people that are handicapped both mentally and physically, and they're doing these things. And how awesome is it when people overcome their challenges? And because this is Al's story,
Right.
there aren't any challenges that you can't or obstacles that you can't overcome. And so it's a testament for all of us, including you, and for me, by the way, that you look, I'm going to do this, and I've got an incredible community that's going to support me no matter how well or poorly I do. The fact that I'm doing this is what's incredible. And it's a beautiful experience to see this community, this world community from all over the world coming together, and they're all competing together.
Right.
And there's no specific.
It's one big family. I mean, it's incredible. Like, you've been there, I know. It's just one big family. Everybody's accepted. There is no fitness level, or, we're all in it together. And it's not about where you place. It's just about the accomplishment and overcoming your fears and your obstacles.
Right.
Which Facebook Live has been a big fear, so this is a good one too.
And that's what we were talking about before. And I just heard this, this statement, and I forget exactly from who it comes from. But on the other side of fear is infinite possibility.
I love that.
When you break through that barrier of what fear is, then all that infinite possibility comes in. And actually, Will Smith has a great video as well, if you ever want to check it out, where he was dared to jump out of an airplane, and at first he said, no problem. And then he stressed out all about it forever. But then once he jumped out, then it was like, oh my gosh, you know what? On the other side of my fear is my opportunity, or I'm not sure what he said. But I think what's important. I think what's important what you do is as a health coach. I love what you're doing, because we all need health coaches, and I'm actually starting a program pretty soon, and I'm not going to divulge the details, but where health coaches are going to be an integral part of that, because I think we all need a health coach. And the big challenge today is, with so much information, so much technology out there, how do you sort out the stuff on your own? And fortunately, I've got my connections, and I can, twist somebody's ear and ask for the right information, get the right answer, so I can make the right choices for myself. I just bought one of these vibration plates. I'm looking to buy an infrared sauna. And it's understanding, what is the best thing. Mm-hmm. So when you do your health coaching, right, how is it that you help people with the mindset and the goals? I'm kind of curious, what's your approach? Because that's an integral part. Making a decision, got this goal, and what about the mindset?
I really like to get to know my clients, and I want to learn about their lifestyle and what they're going through. But really, it is the mindset is important, but it's about feeling happy and good and healthy inside, not just the appearance of the outside. Because people are always like, "Oh, I want to lose weight. If I lose 20 pounds, if I lose, that kind of thing." And I'm like, "Well, what about how you feel inside?" So mind, body, spirit is all connected. And I know lots of people that are in wonderful shape, but they don't feel good inside. So I think it's loving ourselves first. We're really, accepting people for who they are, loving ourselves, loving other people unconditionally, no matter what, and helping them on their path. And whether it's through nutrition, through supplementation, through yoga and meditation, teaching journaling and gratitude books. I like to start my day off every day with a gratitude, and I like to pass that on to my clients as well, because I think that's a huge thing on our journey in life. Is the more grateful we are, the more thankful we are in life, the more we start appreciating everything that we have, and we don't look at things as a negative. Like, I went through a lot of different challenges, but I look at it now like that really made me who I am today. So now I feel that happened for a reason. So we all have things that go in happen in our life, and it's hopefully to make us stronger, to make us better, and to be able to help other people. Because I think, as you are that way too, Dr. Rademaker, I know you love to help other people, and the world's just a better place if we can just be a little bit more appreciative of people and help them on their journey. And really, I think all people need is love. Like, if we love more on one another, that's what people need, and they're going to find their way. And I help them make better decisions, but I want those decisions to come from them intuitively. And and that's where I found myself. Like, intuitively, I started listening to myself. I started tapping in to the power inside of me. And we all have the knowledge inside of us. We all have the power. I just help guide them and nudge them and get them, maybe making some healthier choices and lifestyle choices and get them moving again and working. But I give them the power of their own belief in themselves that they can do it. And I think everybody has that inside of them. Sometimes we just got to pull it out of each other a little bit.
I think that's beautiful. I think that's awesome. And anybody listening to this right now and wanting a health coach, wanting to change maybe just part of their life, really need to be reaching out to you and hire you, because you're absolutely spot on. And here's the legitimacy of what you have to share is because you own it. You've had the experience, you've overcome the obstacles. Nobody taught you this, and you made it happen. And I know you're competing in the World Tri Fitness as well, because here's what's really important to me, because you said two things, intuition and love. And I think there's that inside voice that gets deafened by all the noise outside of us, all the people saying all these things, and we forget that our inner voice is actually right. And what's true is that we get all this information in that's valuable, but it's all in our subconscious, and the intuition is kind of, you're talking on the side of your head, so you got to do this. And I know that every time that I've really listened to that, it's really revolutionized, transformed my life. And the other thing I think you're spot on is this. It's about love. But here's a pearl that I want to share with everyone, including you, by the way, is because I get a little irritated when people say, oh, you just got to love yourself, and then they walk away. I said, well, hello, how do I do that?
Yeah.
And I figured it out. And it's no different than, the story about Michelangelo and the statue of David, which is just a beautiful piece of work. And it encompasses the beauty of who David was as a human being. But he was formed out of a slab of stone that was just square or rectangular. And so it's no different for us.
Mm-hmm.
About love, we just have to chip away whatever is stopping us from loving.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I didn't have the easiest of childhoods, so I went through a lot of being around negativity, and that has an impact throughout our life. And it's really changing some of our beliefs that we have about ourselves and limitations that we put on ourselves, and really start getting to know what does make us happy. What is happiness? Everybody has a different thought process. I think as I get older, I used to think, oh, if you have a nice house or cars or this or that, or you look for that's happiness. And really that's not happiness at all. And we all have it inside of us, and it's surrounding ourselves, to feel helpful, to feel useful. And when I get like messages or calls and my clients or friends are saying to me, you really made a difference in my life, I can't thank you. I get so many wonderful messages. That's what warms my heart. That's what lights my soul on fire. The fact that I can actually help people on a whole other level. And whether it's just to be there to talk to them or help guide them or help tweak a meal plan or, maybe suggest going here or there, doing yoga or meditation or gratitude journals, whatever it is, it's all a process that we go through, right? So following your inner guide and being open to endless possibilities, and the power of surrounding yourself with positive people in your life that uplift you. And sometimes I said I also had to do a negativity, like a people detox in my life as well. And just really make sure you're around people that are uplifters and encouragers.
Yes.
That we are our tribe. Our vibe is our tribe, so, I look at, who I talk to every day, what I expose myself to. It's all about lifting and raising your vibration and your energy, not just what you're putting in your body, it's what you're putting in your mind as well.
No, spot on. And it's the environment. And you said a sweet thing about your husband, who's a great supporter of you. And we all need that support. And here's the thing, when we don't know what that support needs to be, then we need to be finding people like yourself And all of it, like you said, it's spot on. It's a process. We experiment. We try one thing, we try another thing. It doesn't work. We try something else until we get dialed in. And I know that's what you do by giving people ideas and suggestions as to what can help. But we can never do it on our own. Well, we could, but it would take forever, and it might be too late. But anyhow,
there is
really
no one-stop shop, you know, so everybody's unique and different. So I love to just get to know more about people and what it is that they're really, really looking for. And even though like they'll come to me, they want to feel better, they want to feel healthier, they want to feel happier. You know, I can tune into all of that and see, other than maybe losing the weight or getting off of Medicaid or whatever it is, you know, getting in better shape. But it's all about feeling good from the inside out and your journey for happiness, because we're all on a journey to be happy in life, you know?
Yeah, you're right. And I don't know if you're watching the Facebook feed, but a lot of people say, hey, you know, spot on, great info, Danielle, well said. So even Dave Singh said that. So,
Great.
so
Great.
let me ask you this as we're wrapping up. How do people find you? If they're looking for a health coach, as awesome as you are, right? How do people find you?
Well, you can friend me on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook, but Danielle Singh on Facebook. And you can also email me at ketofitgourmet@gmail.com. And I will be happy to get you any information out and get you on a phone call, and let's get seeing what it is I can help you with.
Awesome. So yeah, just add that link to this interview, if you will, so that people can find you right away. Because you know what? So many people out there really deserve the help that you're giving. And I'm actually on a mission myself to really amplify the opportunities that people get to connect with people like yourself. Because I think, you know, as far as my mantra is, wellness is a must. It must be accessible to everyone. And I'm going to make that happen. That's my passion. I'm sorry, what?
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah. And it's one of the reasons why I'm doing this interview with you is to, you know, help you get connected with others so that you can change other people's lives. Because here's the thing, you talked about raising the vibration. If we can raise the vibration for everyone, everyone is going to succeed.
Yeah, it's about
I'm going to give you the last word.
Okay. To me, it's just all about elevating each other's lives and, you know, loving on each other and going inward and finding out what is happy to you. What is your happiness? And if we can raise the vibration on this planet, you know, and love on one another and look at the good in people and stop the negativity, I mean, that's huge. That makes all the difference in the world. And I think everybody has it inside of them. And it's kind of like my job, I think, to help pull it out of people.
Well, thank you for doing that. Danielle Singh, thank you so much. I'm Dr. Bart Rademaker, prescription for your transformation. Real people, real conversations, real success. And I've added some things, capable of more and capable of better. Talking to Danielle Singh, health coach extraordinaire in the Tampa Bay area, you know, and she also does online stuff, so you can do things remotely. But definitely reach out to her and change your life. Danielle, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.